There's no need for you to watch this video if your library uses OCLC's WMS to manage local collections. OCLC staff will extract WMS data on your behalf for use in GreenGlass. For libraries using any other library management system, it will be necessary for you to pull and deliver a well-scoped and effectual catalog extract. This extract will include bibliographic, item, and transaction data for all relevant resources. Once we receive the extract, we cleanse, normalize, filter, and parse your records into SCS databases. We then match your titles to WorldCat, HathiTrust, and Choice databases before loading to GreenGlass. As you prepare to pull data from your local system, your first consideration should be scope. If you're unfamiliar with the project scope, your library's project manager and/or your SCS liaison can spell it out for you. Before pulling any records at all, be sure you know which collections, which locations, and which formats are to be included in the analysis. To the extent possible, you should specifically include or exclude these formats. You should also consider whether you want to include or exclude items that are non-circulating, lost, missing, or damaged. If your filtering is not perfect, SCS will apply additional filters after receipt of your records. Again, we want in-scope, bib, item, and transaction data. Bibliographic data is typically delivered in the form of MARC records. When we say print monographs, we're talking about bib records with a record type A in the MARC leader and a bib level M or A. We can also accept XML files if your system is happier exporting records that way. In addition to your in-scope bib records, we need all the associated item and usage data. Item data can be embedded in the MARC bib record, often in 9XX subfields, or it can be delivered in a separate tab-delimited file. When item or usage data is delivered in standalone files, be sure to include the bib record number with each item record so that we can link it back to the appropriate bib record. This is a list of the most critical item level details, those that will be integrated into GreenGlass. The item record number and the barcode are standard identification numbers that are included in item lists exported from GreenGlass. In GreenGlass, our intent is to display the call number that appears on the spine of the book, so an item level call number is always best. If there is no item-specific call number, we will pull one from the bib record based on a call number hierarchy you establish via your cataloging and data questionnaire. We use enumeration data, or volume numbers, in combination with copy numbers to help distinguish between multi-volume sets and multiple copies of a title. If volume numbers have been appended to your call numbers, we will attempt to identify and harvest them from there. GreenGlass supports two levels of location-related data elements that we refer to as collection and location codes. It's possible that they're labeled differently in your system, but be sure to include both if they're needed to locate items in your library. Please watch our video on this topic for more details. We use the item create date as the acquisition or add date, but if it's not available, we can use a bib level add or cataloging date instead. Item type and status codes are included in lists exported from GreenGlass, and SCS uses them to ensure appropriate filtering of your data set. With regard to usage data, we want to collect as much as possible. For most libraries, total charges will contain the complete tally. However, if there are other usage tallies that are not already included in total charges, we encourage you to send them separately. SCS will combine them in GreenGlass. Additional charges in your library may include in-house browses or reshelving counts, year-to-date charges, reserve charges, or historical charges that were not migrated into your current system. Again, these secondary usage tallies should only be sent if they have not already been included in total charges. In addition to the number of charges, we also want the last charge date to the extent that it's available. Here again, SCS will make use of data from multiple sources if necessary. Keep in mind that for SCS to take advantage of secondary or supplemental files of transaction information, an item record number or barcode must be associated with each line of data. Once you've compiled your extract of bib, item, and circulation data, please take the time to open the files and review them. Be sure the number of records match your intent and that all the relevant item details have been included. If you have created item and/or transaction data in .csv or Excel files, be sure that each line represents a single item and that each column contains a header that will be easy for us to interpret. Once everything looks as it should, deliver it to us via FTP. Then send an email to your SCS liaison, which includes a description of the files you sent, along with numbers of bib and item records. These are the tasks that SCS will accomplish once we've received your extract. At various points in this ETL process, your liaison may be in touch with questions. One final note about ebook records. Some GreenGlass projects are designed to include a comparison of the library's print book collection and the library's owned ebooks. If this is an attribute of your library's project, please be sure to exclude your ebook records from the primary extract and deliver a separate file of ebook records clearly labeled as such. In most catalogs, ebooks owned in perpetuity are represented by discrete MARC records, but have no corresponding items. Be sure to discuss with your liaison any situations that do not match this expectation. And finally, we want you to know that this video is just one source of support for working through the extract process. Our cataloging and data questionnaire contains additional guidance, and your SCS liaison will answer any additional questions. If you'd like, she'll even put you in touch with experts in other libraries.